Secret Service agent who worked with Hillary Clinton savages her in viral tweet. Former Secret Service agent Dan Bongino destroyed Hillary Clinton every Tuesday morning on Twitter. Bongino, who joined the Secret Service in 1999, is very outspoken about his contempt for Hillary Clinton. Early Tuesday morning, Bongino sent out a tweet revealing what it was like working for Hillary Clinton while he was a Secret Service agent. He said, "I worked with Hillary. Hillary is an obnoxious, rude, condescending fraud who cares about one thing, herself." Ouch. In less than 24 hours, his tweet has been retweeted 7,800 times with over 15,000 likes and still rolling. In 2016, Bongino was on Fox News warning the nation to keep Hillary Clinton out of the White House. People who have worked for Hillary Clinton often say the same thing about her temperament as Bongino did in his tweet. With President Trump, it is quite the opposite. People who have worked for Trump always praise him for his kind nature and compassion.
You're seeing all these whistleblowers come forward, whether it's the diplomatic security service that worked for Mrs. Clinton, the Secret Service, or the FBI in relation to her email case, is a lot of these people on the inside that still talk to me and are sources for me have told me that they really see this woman as a very unique threat to our republic. They do. And that omerta that we need to keep quiet for the sake of keeping quiet is now gone. The veil of it's gone. And this story about an agent being used to assist with Clinton Foundation server issues, security issues, which is totally against the rules for the Secret Service, I'm pretty confident I know who the agent is totally unsurprising to me. And I'll bet there's a lot more there that's not being said. I'm reasonably confident of that as well, based on some stories I've heard about what actually happened over there.
Wow. This is from the FBI documents that have now been uncovered, and it's a complaint from those who were protecting her that says this: Clinton refused to do so, instead choosing to be accompanied in a limousine by her chief of staff, Huma Abedin. This frequently resulted in complaints by ambassadors who were insulted and embarrassed by this breach of protocol. Redacted explained that Clinton's treatment of DS agents on her protective detail was so contemptuous that many of them sought to be reassigned for employment elsewhere. So it's saying that rather than have those officials that were there to protect her ride along with her, and in some cases rather than having the ambassador that she was spending time with ride along with her, she booted them from the vehicle and wanted Huma Abedin to be there. Why does that matter?
Yeah. Well, it matters because, you know, and ironically, she did treat Secret Service agents generally, not every one of them, but poorly. She just did. And, you know, why would, again, I say this and other agents like Gary Byrne, who was a uniformed division officer, say it? Because, Martha, it fits with a larger narrative with Hillary Clinton. Her elitist snob attitude towards the military and towards her Secret Service agents, which was pretty pervasive during my time with her, it parlays into this elitist attitude towards government, too, that the rules don't apply to her. That story you just read about the protocol, that is a major slap in the face. I remember doing overseas security advances. They have a protocol chief in the State Department who strictly handles things like this. This is a major embarrassment on a foreign trip for her not to do this and to be seen separated in the motorcade from the leader of the country she's been invited to. But Martha, again, she's an elitist, she acts like a snob, she treats people terribly, and she doesn't care about your feelings or, frankly, any protocol rules the government has. It doesn't matter. It's all about Mrs. Clinton all the time. She doesn't care. And she treated female agents terribly, too, which I find ironic because she says she's there's a war on women. Yeah, there was a war on women in the Secret Service. She waged it. She was really terrible. And I guarantee you, you're going to get more people start to talk about it.
And I know that, you have personal experience to back up your opinion here. And, I'm curious, are you getting a drift from Secret Service agents who are thinking that perhaps there will be another Clinton presidency, that they're going to have to protect her again?
Martha, there are agents and uniformed division officers that are deathly afraid of this woman. I mean, again, I can't explain it.
Do you blame them?
That the left uses the term a unique threat to democracy to define Trump. But when you talk to people who actually know Mrs. Clinton and worked with her in the military, the Secret Service, and the Diplomatic Security Service, that's the exact same expression they use to talk about Hillary Clinton. You know, I can't tell your listeners who to vote for. They're all adults. They can make up their own minds, okay? But I'm telling you, this woman has to be kept out of the White House. She views government as a tool for her own political ambitions. That is it. Public service means absolutely zero to the Clintons, and especially to Hillary Clinton. She's very dangerous.
No doubt she would.
Secret Service says she's dangerous.
Notion, but from your experience, that's your opinion, Jen. Thank you.
Secret Service says she's dangerous. Is this any surprise to us? Bongino often rails against corrupt Democrats. He recently called Congresswoman Maxine Waters a fraud for supporting illegal leaks of sensitive information coming out of the White House. You know Maxine Waters is a fraud, and I don't use that term lightly. I can prove it to you. She's an actual fraud, Bongino said on Fox and Friends. Maxine Waters swore to uphold the Constitution of the United States. She's then suggesting on a national television show that people should violate the law, violate the Constitution of the United States, and break the law to advance her sick political agenda for impeachment for a crime that doesn't exist.
Former NYPD officer and host of the Renegade Republican, Dan Bongino. Dan, good to have you with us.
Good morning, Dan. Yeah, good to be here. Good
all right,
to be here.
We'll get your thoughts on take tops in a minute, but first, this story we've been talking about all morning long, Maxine Waters. I don't know if you watched on The View yesterday, but she had a lot of comments, and one of those was talking about these leakers, and she actually encouraged them, saying that she hopes that they keep leaking information. Obviously, her main goal is to impeach President Trump. Here's what she says.
There's a lot of Democrats that are disturbed by this because it threatens our national security. Are you disturbed by it?
No, not at all. I am so glad they're telling us what's going on. And
well, we don't need to hear these conversations. They're confidential. This threatens national security.
These conversations. Unfortunately, this is his problem. He is in a White House where he's got people working for him that don't believe in him, don't like what he's doing, and they're trying to tell the American public.
They're whistleblowers. All right, so the argument of the whistleblowers. We heard this, though, and what the critics will say is we heard this on the other side during the Obama years. Republicans wanted to know what was going on in this secretive White House. So is this just a turnabout fair game, Dan? No, absolutely not. This is illegal, fraudulent, criminal activity from a bunch of fakes inside the government that don't have the guts to go on the record and actually face the consequences for their illegal actions. You know, Maxine Waters is a fraud. And I don't use that term lightly. I can prove it to you. She's an actual fraud. Maxine Waters swore to uphold the Constitution of the United States, right, guys? Like, I'm not wrong here. You raise your right hand, you swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States when you're elected to the House of Representatives. She's then suggesting on a national television show that people should violate the law, violate the Constitution of the United States and break the law, destroy our efforts in international diplomacy to advance her sick political agenda for impeachment for a crime that doesn't exist. I mean, this is the definition of insanity. This woman should be embarrassed. She should be laughed off the political stage. It's amazing what's going on.
It sure is. Another thing that's going on, we've got to get your comment on. Mark Stein was on earlier. He said he wants to sign on to what a Republican from Virginia Beach is doing. He's suing the Republican National Committee, the Virginia Republican Party, the committeemen, and the chairman of the Virginia Republican Party because they sold time and time again for 8 years that Republicans were going to repeal and replace Obamacare. He said his donations to the party were a sham, and he's suing them for fraud and racketeering as a Republican who can't believe they didn't actually follow through.
You know, this is possibly my favorite story of the year. There's still time, but this one may take the cake. You know, I heard the comments earlier, and I totally agree with the class action lawsuit. All I want to know is, how do we join? Can someone please start a petition for a national class action lawsuit against the GOP? Guys, ladies, what's the point? Yeah. What's the point of the GOP if they don't stand for an ideological agenda? That's the only point of a political party.
Yeah, Dan, how many
people out on the ideology means nothing.
How many people gave who knows how much money in hopes that they would follow through on that promise of repealing and replacing Obamacare? And they're sitting there saying, I wish I had that money back.
Well, wouldn't you? I mean, think about it. If you're a hard-working coal miner in Kentucky and you gave $50 of your salary, which is a good chunk of money, you know, that's a night out at for dinner for some folks, right? And you thought you were going to get Obamacare repealed or at least get a vote, or even worse, if you voted for Dean Heller, Murkowski, or Susan Collins, the Republican senators who voted against any effort to repeal Obamacare, why would you not want your money back? You know, you paid to advance an ideological agenda you passionately believe in. That means something to you. And then these people took your money, lied to you, and then not only didn't do it, they did the opposite. You know, there's a big difference between not helping someone up when they fall on the ground, and then if they try to get up, literally punching them in the face and knocking them down again. That's what the GOP, some members of the GOP are doing right now with our ideological efforts.
Well, Dan, if you want to join, his name is Bob Hegman. He's 70 years old. He filed the lawsuit Thursday in U.S. District Court against the National and Virginia Republican parties. And there he is.
If you hadn't heard of him before, you certainly know. Dan, good to see you. This service agent, former M.
Well, absolutely. This guy is telling the truth. And the GOP should get off their butts and do something about it, but it's highly unlikely. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share this because this is important. And again, thank you so much for watching.